Sharks may star in the bloodiest blockbusters, and spiders tend to monopolize the phobia department. But when you get down to the fact, neither of these creatures are even close to being the scariest to stalk the planet. In fact, there are many more ferocious beasts, both large and small, that are downright deadly. Here's a list of the top 10 most dangerous animals in the world. Number 10. Cape buffalo. Cape buffaloes, which are around 900,000 in numbers, are relatively a mild species when left alone, preferring to travel in massive herds and to graze in the early mornings and late afternoon hours. However, if an individual or its calf is threatened or wounded, they become the incarnation of their nickname, Black Death, reportedly responsible for killing more hunters on the continent than any other creature. These behemoths, which can grow up to nearly 6 feet tall and weigh close to a ton, circle and stalk their prey before charging at speed of up to 35 miles per hour. They are known to continue charging no matter where they are injured and will not hesitate to attack moving vehicles. You don't want to mess with those horns. And they can be found in sub-Saharan Africa, including Kruger National Park in South Africa. Number 9. Cone snail. Found in the warm waters in the tropics, these beautiful creatures, instantly recognizable for their highly prized brown and white marble shells, can be seen in the shallow depths, closer to shore and near to coral reefs and rock formations. But do not dare to touch the 4 to 6 inch long gastropod. Their concealed harpoon-like teeth contain a complex venom known as onotoxin, making them the most venomous species of snails. If you suffer the unlucky fate of becoming one of the handful of people ever stung, head to the emergency room immediately, as there is no antivenin. The toxins stop the nerve cells from communicating with one another, so the creature not only causes paralysis within the moment, but per its nickname of cigarette snail, affords you about enough time to smoke a cigarette before you die. And they can be found in the Caribbean, Hawaii, and Indonesia. Number 8. Golden poison dart frog. The poison dart frog is a large diverse group of brightly colored frogs, of which only a handful of species are particularly dangerous to humans. The most deadly, which is the golden poison dart frog, inhabits a small range of rainforests along Colombia's Pacific coast and grows around 2 inches long, roughly the size of a paper clip. With its poison called batrachotoxin, is so potent that there is enough in one frog to kill 10 grown men. With only 2 micrograms, roughly the amount that would fit on the top of a pin, needed to kill a single individual. But what makes the amphibian especially dangerous is that the poison glands are located beneath the skin, meaning a mere touch will cause trouble. Sadly, deforestation has landed the frogs on several endangered lists. But even if you do have a rare sighting when hiking, do not go reaching for it. And they can be found in northern South America. Number 7. Box jellyfish. Often found floating or moving at speed close to 5 miles per hour in the Indo-Pacific waters, these transparent, nearly invisible vertebrates are considered by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration as the most venomous marine animal in the world. Their namesake cubic frames contain up to 15 tentacles at the corner, with each going as much as 10 feet long, all lined with thousands of stinging cells known as nematocysts that contains toxins that simultaneously attacking the heart, nervous system, and skin cells. While antivenin do exist, the venom is so potent and overwhelming that many human victims of the hundreds of reported fatal encounters each year have been known to go into shock and drown or die of heart failure before reaching shore. Even if you are lucky enough to make it to the hospital and receive the antidote, survivors can sometimes experience considerable pain for weeks after bearing nasty scars from the creature's tentacles, and they can be found off the northern coast of Australia. Number 6. Pufferfish. Pufferfish, also known as blowfish, are located in the tropical seas around the globe. Though they are the second most poisonous vertebrate on the planet, with their neurotoxin, which is called tetrodotoxin, is found in the fish skin, muscle, tissue, liver, and kidney, all of which must be avoided when preparing the creature for human consumption. Indeed, while encounters are certainly dangerous, the risk of death from pufferfish increases when eating it in countries like Japan, where it is considered a delicacy known as fugu. and can only be prepared by trained licensed chefs. Even then, accidental death from ingestion occurs several times each year, and they can be found around Japan, China, and the Philippines. Number 5. Black Mamba. Though species like the boomslang or the king cobra are dangerous thanks to their respective poison, the black mamba is especially deadly due to its speed. The species, which can grow up to 14 feet long, is the fastest snakes of all, slithering at speeds of up to 12.5 miles per hour, which make escaping one much more difficult. Thankfully, black mambas usually only strike when threatened, but when they do, they'll bite repeatedly, delivering enough venom, a blend of neuro and cardiotoxins, in a single bite to kill 10 people. And if one doesn't receive the antivenom within 20 minutes, the bite is almost sure to cause death, and they can be found in southern and eastern Africa. Number 4. Saltwater Crocodile. Florida's alligators may be scary, but they have nothing on their cousin, the fearsome crocodile, which is more short-tempered, easily provoked, and aggressive towards anything that crosses its path. Of all the species in the world, the largest and the most dangerous is the saltwater crocodile. These ferocious killers can grow up to 23 feet in length and weigh more than a ton, and are known to kill hundreds each year, with crocodile as a whole responsible for more human fatalities than sharks. Saltwater crocodiles are especially dangerous as they're excellent swimmers in both salt and fresh water. Yes, their nickname is confusing, and can strike quickly with a bite delivering 3,700 psi. And they can be found in the Indo-Pacific region, ranging from parts of India to Vietnam and all the way to northern Australia. Number 3. Tsetse fly. Often regarded as the world's most dangerous fly, the tsetse fly, a small speck of insect that measure between 8 to 17 mm, are about the same size of the average house fly, is commonly found in sub-Saharan Africa, especially in the countries in the center of the continent. While the flies themselves are nasty blood-sucking bugs that usually feed during the peak warm hours, their true terror lies in the protozoan parasites they spread, known as trypanosomes. These microscopic pathogens are the causative agent of the African sleeping sickness, with symptoms include behavioral changes, poor coordination, as well as sleeping disturbances that gives the illness its name, and it can cause death if left untreated. While there are no vaccines and medication available to prevent the infection, methods of protection include wearing neutral colored clothing. The tsetse fly is attracted to bright and dark colors, especially blue, and they can be found in the Sudan and the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Angola. Number 2. Mosquito. Clocking in at just 3 mm at their smallest, the common mosquito is even tinier than the tsetse fly. Ranked as the second most dangerous on our list due to the sheer amount of death each year, attributed to the various pathogens carried by several of more than 3,000 species around the world. The irritating insects are the primary vectors of diseases such as malaria, chikungunya, yellow fever, dengue fever, West Nile virus, and the Zika virus, which collectively afflict an estimate of 700 million people and kill roughly 725,000 people each year. As the World Health Organization notes that more than half of the human population is currently at risk from mosquito-borne diseases. Given that the pests are attracted to our body temperatures and the CO2 we exhale, our best tool to prevent infection lie in the uses of repellents, and they can be found everywhere on the planet except Antarctica. Number 1. Human beings. Surprised? After all, we're animals too. And since we've been killing each other for 10,000 years, with a total death from war alone estimated between 150 million to 1 billion, and that was a decade ago, it's a no-brainer that we top the list. Though human beings are said to be living in the most peaceful period now than any other time in our history, we still assault each other with incredibly high rates of senseless brutality, from gun violence to terrorist attacks around the globe. We're dangerous to other animals too. Think global warming, the destruction of forests and coral reefs, and over-tourism. Given the threat we pose to countless other creatures, and the fact that we often act irrationally and have the capacity to destroy our entire planet. With a host of horrifying weapons like nuclear devices, we are squarely atop the list as the most dangerous animal in the world.